Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi, and the Magi have returned to rewrite the code. You know, you've heard, I'm sure, of the Matrix, and that is false code, creating a false world, an ugly world, a sick and diseased, warring world. And when you get the message of the Magi, the original word, the frequency, the code that was written by the perfect creator's perfect mind, and you step into it, you awaken. A lot of people talk about woke and awakening that have never experienced it. My friends, when you experience it, you step into a higher dimension where you can say, I am the light that darkness flees from. I am divine health, and sickness and disease dies when it touches me. Everything I put my hand to is blessed. There's a hedge of protection around me, my family, and my home. I'm at peace. I live in joy. I live in God, and God good lives in me. And it's not just words, it is. My friends, I'm going to show you how this word of the Magi that they've tried to stamp out, but they can't. My friends, you cannot put out the light. The light is there, and the light is inside of you, and I'm going to show it to you, and you'll think to yourself, how was I deceived? You know, we have countless testimonies of people that their complete life, mentally, physically, changed. Testimony after testimony, where the doctors told them they would never be healed. And they said, Magus, I'm completely healed. I'm going to show you why. We are in Song 2 of Zarathustra's Gathas. We're going to be in verse 1, 7, 10, and 11. And it says, the world cried out, the soul of the whole world cried out, why, God, did you make me? Why would you make me this way? I'm oppressed. There's anger and hate and war and pain and suffering. Help me, God. Verse 7. And the all-good spirit of one accord with Asha sent his word in response to the sweet plea made by the world. Because with his word, it is the salvation for those who wish to be saved. This word, my friends, it's Zoroaster. It's the pure light. It's undefiled, undiluted, unmixed. It's the perfect creator's perfect idea. Verse 10 says, and he shall be granted God's strength, God power, through Asha, through that word. I'm going to show you what that word is. And through Vohumenu, the God mind, that leads to peace and tranquility and divine dominion. Again, when you hold that word, and you become one with that word is you. You are the divine life and health and peace and joy and power and freedom and God good. Now, my friends, imagine this with me, and you're going to see this so clear. If you're searching, the message of the Magi found you for a reason. Imagine living in a home with parents that got angry, and they were jealous, and they were violent, and beyond nightmares, they were fine with killing men, women, and children. They had sex slaves, and you didn't know there was anything else, because many children don't. Yeah, I've heard many stories of children who were abused in the home, but they thought everyone else's home looked like that. They were raised in it. They thought that's just how it is. My friends, I'm going to tell you, you've been raised in a home like that. But they call them churches and temples and synagogues where their God gets angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children, stone your children when they're disrespectful. My God, I just heard a story this morning. Catholic priest talking about the story of Job. And he was saying how great it was. The story of Job. if you don't know it. Job was a godly man, loved God with all his heart. He was blessed in everything he did. And the devil, in this ridiculous story, came to God and said, of course he loves you and worships you, but let me kill his children. Let me destroy his flocks. Let me put sickness and disease on him and see if he doesn't curse you. And in this ridiculous story, apparently God, that represents the highest principle of good and love and protection and peace and joy, the loving parent, said, oh yeah, let's try that. Go ahead. And then this priest went on to say how great that was. The story of Jephthah. And I'm trying to show you, my friend, you've been raised in a home, a dysfunctional home, but there's a better home, a better parent, a better life waiting for you if you'll just run out of that home. But they told you you can't, right? They put fear in you. Don't you dare tell anyone. You can never leave. You know, I'm not even going to those stories, but I've experienced this in my past. They tell you you cannot leave. Don't even look around for something better. They'll get you. Our God will get you. You want to go to hell? Fear, threats. But you know what you find when you get out? Freedom, life, light, love. The world makes sense. Our books, our Zoroastrian books make sense. There's no confusing stories in here. Never did you hear a voice that said, kill your child and offer it up as a sacrifice. Speaking of that, we're talking about the story of Jephthah, where it said the Jewish people for thousands of years, every year, get together and celebrate with a festival Jephthah, a mighty man of valor that kept his word to Jehovah. I thought, I got to know what this is. I studied it. Do you know what he did? He made a deal with Jehovah. If I go in and I kill the men, the women, and the children and bring back all the spoils, I will sacrifice as a burnt offering the first person to walk out of my home. His daughter walked out with a tambourine. Daddy's home, slit her throat, burnt her, and they celebrate that. They think Job is great, Jephthah's great, Jehovah's great, Allah's great. Let's blow up the world for the Jehovahs and the Allahs. Let's end it with fire. But I'll tell you, Magi, we brought a different fire, the fire of truth, my friends, and we're going to burn away that false word and that brought that false world. We're going to rewrite the code with truth and with Asha. My friends, Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea, the original word, the only thing that could come from his perfect mind. Let that spirit live in you and watch the world change, where you can say with the Magi, Asha is love, is good, is in our religion. We restore God's image. This is how we rewrite the code. This is how you come out of the matrix and the lie and illusion. The highest principle of God is just good. He's not mixed. It's Zoroaster, pure light, undefiled, undiluted, unmixed. He doesn't love and hate. He's not at peace and war. He doesn't heal you and send disease. He doesn't send his children to hell. He is just good. And as we restore God's image, my friends, and we attune ourselves to that spirit, eat that spirit, take that spirit, that truth, that light, that life into you, and it becomes you. You will see a new world. My friends, and all the Magi said, Asha is